What is something that rich kids do that shocked you? My roommate lived off instant ramen, despite having a black card in his wallet. For months, I watched him slurp cheap noodles while designer clothes hung in his closet with tags attached. I thought he was just eccentric, but then his sister invited us to their family vacation in the Hamptons, and I witnessed something that changed everything. The estate was exactly what you'd imagine. Sprawling lawns stretching endlessly toward the horizon, a private beach with pristine white sand, and a garage filled with luxury cars worth more than most houses. His parents treated me with polite indifference, like I was furniture rather than their son's friend. At an exclusive yacht club during our second day, we attended a brunch that cost more per person than I spent on groceries in a month. The dining room overlooked a marina filled with vessels that could house entire families. Everything felt surreal, like stepping into a movie about people I'd only read about. A waiter who couldn't have been older than 19 accidentally spilled orange juice while refilling glasses at a nearby table. The liquid splashed across his mother's designer purse, and I watched color drain from the poor kid's face as he realized what had happened. She absolutely lost it, her voice rising to a shriek loud enough to turn every head in the restaurant. "You incompetent little fool!" she screamed, jabbing her manicured finger at his chest. "Do you know what this purse costs? More than you'll make in 6 months." She called him worthless, stupid, clumsy, demanding he be fired immediately, and threatening to have him blacklisted from every establishment in the area. The waiter stood trembling as he apologized repeatedly, but she continued her verbal assault without mercy. His father nodded along like this behavior was completely normal, adding comments like, "Absolutely unacceptable," and "These people need to learn consequences." Other diners watched in horror, but no one had the courage to intervene. My roommate sat quietly through the entire tirade before standing up and walking calmly to the manager. I watched him hand over what looked like $500 bills while whispering something urgently. The manager's expression shifted dramatically from panic to visible relief. When he returned, my roommate told his parents with perfect composure, "I spoke with the manager. The waiter situation has been handled appropriately." His mother smiled with vindictive satisfaction, clearly assuming the worst. I assumed the kid had been fired, but later I saw the same waiter still working his shift. When he caught my roommate's eye across the dining room, he mouthed, "Thank you," with such genuine gratitude it made my chest tight. That evening, my roommate explained what really happened. He'd paid the full replacement cost of the purse, plus an enormous tip, telling the manager it was clearly an accident that shouldn't result in consequences for a hardworking employee. His parents never learned the truth. I started noticing this pattern everywhere throughout that week. At restaurants, he'd slip away to leave additional generous tips after his parents deliberately stiffed waitstaff. When his mother berated a housekeeper, I saw him returning later with flowers and apologies. After his father screamed at a valet, my roommate quietly ensured the guy received a substantial bonus. I learned early that having money didn't automatically mean being a monster, he told me during a late evening conversation on the beach. My parents think wealth gives them the right to treat people like garbage. I decided it gives me the responsibility to clean up their messes and protect innocent people from their cruelty. He'd been doing this exhausting work for years, secretly funding his parents' extravagant lifestyle while minimizing the emotional damage they inflicted on everyone unfortunate enough to serve them. Last month, his trust fund fully vested, giving him complete control over the vast family fortune. The first thing he did was quietly cut off his parents' credit cards and accounts he'd been secretly funding for years. Suddenly, their unlimited expense accounts disappeared, country club memberships lapsed, and household staff could finally quit without worrying about recommendations. Now his parents work regular jobs for the first time in decades. His mother at a small art gallery, his father doing freelance consulting. Miraculously, they've become noticeably nicer to service workers when their own paychecks depend on performing good work.